Through his talk, he indicated that he was introduced to Minister Mchunu and that Mr. Mchunu had ambitions to run for presidency in the ANC.
Proceed to detail the kind of assistance that Mr. Matlala says he received from the minister. This is with reference to paragraph 95 of your statement.
Thank you. In his response pertaining the assistance that he got for the 6 December raid at his house, he said the minister had engaged with his security and they have utilized the grabber machines in order to identify the SAPS members who had been investigating him and who had raided his house at on the 6th of December. Mr. Mogotsi had sent him the vehicle registration numbers of the cars that we were using when we went to his house. They had also made inquiries on my identity and my commander's identity, and that is how he knew that it was us and that we belonged to a team headed by Lieutenant General S.D. Kumar.
What steps did Mr. Matlala then take to get GCI Ops off his back?
To do a litigation against the team that came to his house, and he lied that we have stolen his Rolex watch.
Today, we look at a testimony that has shocked many and raised hard questions about how policing and power mix in South Africa. Witness C told the Madlanga Commission that Vusimuzi cat, Matlala, said Police Minister Senzo Mchunu helped him by using the minister's security detail to identify the SAPS officers who raided Matlala's home. According to the witness, Brown Mogotsi sent the names of those officers to Minister Mchunu. The story is serious because it connects a serving minister, a private individual, and police operations in a way that must be fully explained. To understand why this matters, we need some background. The Madlanga Commission is a formal inquiry that gathers sworn testimony and documents to try to find the truth about complex events. Commissions are meant to be independent fact-finders. South Africa has a history of concern about the mixing of political power and policing. People worry that politicians or powerful private figures can sometimes press the police to act in ways that serve private interests. That history makes any claim that a minister used official resources to help a private person especially worrying. It also explains why the commission process is so important. It can bring documents, phone logs, and multiple witnesses together to build a fuller picture. Now, let us look closely at the testimony. Witness C reported that Matlala told him he had been introduced to Minister Mchunu while Matlala was looking for help or connections. The full detail of why Matlala sought that introduction is something the commission will need to confirm. The chain of claims in court-style testimony goes like this. Matlala allegedly received a list or information from Brown Mogotsi. That information then reached Minister Mchunu. The minister's security detail supposedly used that information to identify which SAPS officers had been involved in the raid. If true, this would mean operational police information moved into political or private hands. At the same time, we must treat testimony carefully. Testimony is a piece of a larger puzzle. People remember things differently. Names can be mixed up, and accounts can change when more documents appear. Commissions weigh testimony against documentary proof, such as messages, call logs, and other witness statements. The Madlanga Commission will test these claims and attempt to corroborate them. We should avoid turning a single allegation into a final judgment before that thorough check happens. Still, the allegation itself is serious enough that it demands a clear response from those named. We should also consider the people involved and the stakes. Minister Mchunu has held a position of public trust. Any suggestion that a minister use official resources to assist a private individual deserves full explanation. Vusimuzi cat, Matlala appears in testimony as someone who claimed to have received help. Brown Mogotsi is named as an intermediary. Each person has a right to answer the claims. In similar past cases, what followed were public statements, internal inquiries, and sometimes criminal or administrative steps. How authorities respond will shape public perception and the Commission's findings. The implications are broad. If the claim is proven, it could show a weakness in the rules that govern how operational information is handled and who may access it. It could mean that officers who carry out sensitive operations are exposed, which can put them and their families at risk. It could lead to disciplinary action or criminal charges if laws were broken. But there is another side. Messages and conversations can be informal and misunderstood. Sometimes a name is shared for a perfectly lawful reason, or a message is passed without intent to harm. The Commission must sort out the motive and context, not just the fact that a message moved between people. Beyond the immediate actors, there's a public effect. Trust in the police is already fragile for many citizens. People expect the police to act fairly, to follow the law, and to be free from improper political influence. When top politicians are connected in public testimony to private interests and police operations, community confidence can drop. Less trust can mean less cooperation with police, which harms public safety. Restoring trust requires clear answers, visible safeguards, and steps that protect both officers and the public. Looking ahead, there are several likely paths. The Commission may find enough evidence to recommend further criminal investigations or administrative hearings. It may propose changes in how security details are managed, who can receive operational information, and stronger rules about confidentiality. Parliament could demand reforms, and SAPS leadership could open internal reviews. Civil society groups and the media will continue to watch closely. All of these steps matter because they shape whether similar situations can happen again. There is also a human side. For the officers whose names might have been shared, the fear and stress of exposure are real. For the people named in testimony, reputations can suffer long before any legal finding. For the public, the lesson is that institutions need constant care and oversight. Independent investigations, transparent reporting, and protections for witnesses and whistleblowers help keep the system honest. When commissions work well, they recommend changes that strengthen checks and balances. In sum, Witness C's testimony raises serious questions about influence, secrecy, and safety. The matter calls for a full and careful investigation, not hasty conclusions. We should press the Commission to publish clear findings, for authorities to follow up on any evidence of wrongdoing, and for reforms that reduce the risk of political interference in policing. At the same time, respect due process and allow those named to respond in the proper forums. Please remember, stay critical but fair, demand documents, ask for timelines, and support independent journalism that follows evidence. If you are affected or know someone involved, consider legal advice and use official complaint channels. We will keep watching the story and bring clear updates. Comment below with sources or documents you think the Commission should look at. And if you have new information, share it respectfully so the truth can be found. Thanks for staying informed. We'll return with more when available. If you found this useful, please subscribe, click the bell to get notified, like the video, and tell us your thoughts in the comments. Which steps would you like to see to protect police independence and public safety?